To better understand the adventures of Huckleberry Finn, one needs to understand the author, Samuel Langhorne Clemens, better known by his pen name, Mark Twain. He was born in Florida, Missouri on November 30th, 1835. He grew up in Hannibal, Missouri, but during his childhood, Twain spent many a summer on his uncle's farm. It was represented as a utopian ideal for Twain, a boyhood he would romanticize in his writing, including his fondness for the slaves there. Twain was a sickly boy and was cared for by his mother, Jane, who inspired him to write. His father, John, wanted to be rich, but could never quite achieve his goal. When John died, his family became destitute. Twain was only 13 when he left school. He started working at a newspaper his brother owned and continued to work for many newspapers around the country for years. In one instance, he wrote a series of letters under the pen name Thomas Jefferson Snodgrass. In 1857, Twain began learning how to pilot a steamboat on the Mississippi and became a licensed pilot in 1859. This job greatly impacted his writing. In 1863, Twain wrote his first piece under the pseudonym Mark Twain. Legends abound as to the origin of Twain's famous pen name, including his own claim that he stole the name from a senior riverboat captain who used to sign his bland descriptions of the Mississippi River, Mark Twain. However, it is most likely that Twain took the name from steamboat slang meaning 12 feet of water. Twain first found publishing success in 1865 with a short story called Jim Smiley and His Jumping Frog, which was printed in newspapers around the country and would appear in Twain's first book. His travel book, Innocents Abroad, published in 1869, detailed his trip to Europe and the Holy Land on the cruise ship Quaker City and was a major success. In 1870, Twain married Olivia Langdon, and during the 1870s, Twain continued to write and give entertaining lectures all around the country. In 1876, Twain's book, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, was published. He called it A Hymn to Childhood. The novel included the character Huckleberry Finn, and soon, Twain decided to write a book, which came out years later, exploring this character. The book was banned by many who did not approve of the attitudes toward religion and Huck's behavior. Despite its controversy, the book sold well and later became respected as a classic of American literature. Mark Twain died on April 21, 1910, in Reading, Connecticut. Twain wrote many books, including the biting satirical work A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court in 1889, and the anti-slavery novel The Tragedy of Pudd'nhead Wilson in 1894. Later in life, Twain suffered personal tragedies and financial difficulties, leading him to declare bankruptcy and sell his Connecticut home. And while his writings and thoughts on life turned pessimistic, he always retained the sense of humor and unique musings on America as one of its most iconic writers.